Hey guys, welcome back to OverTakes. This is Misfit.
And I'm Kel.
And we are here with the Sunday Backcap for Sunday, June 22nd.
June 23rd.
June 23rd. Sorry, I went back in time. I'm sure I'm sure a lot of people in the great state of Texas would like to go back in time to yesterday, but you know.
Oh, I'm sure they would.
Hashtag stay hard. Anyway, that's the first of many, guys. I got my dream for the week after I had an absolute meltdown on fucking Friday. That was like one of the worst Twitter meltdowns I think I've ever had. I went absolutely...
It was pretty... It wasn't pretty, but at the same point...
I didn't care.
Understand. But also, like... Yeah, I mean, they didn't look good. There was no redeeming part in that.
No.
Like, that was just a straight-up beatdown. But also, now looking back on it, like... I think that was more San Francisco just being like, we are not losing to this team.
And
like,
who knows? They might not have even prepared for him. The way it looked.
It could be. I mean, they played two relatively weaker opponents this week, so
yeah,
that is also something to configure or to think about. So
I'm glad that my team decided that it was, instead of the other team going, we're not losing to the Mayhem, they were like, fuck this, we are not losing to the Outlaws.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of love it. But we'll definitely dive more into that.
Yeah, we're gonna go more into that later.
We're gonna start off tonight, and we're gonna talk about probably one of the cooler skins, definitely the coolest skin that they've done.
Oh
for
yeah, that thing
Overwatch
is amazing.
League. And that's the Jonak MVP skin. Holy crap. This is so awesome, like from top to bottom.
I'm going to go into the chat for a second here. Trenchfoot. Kareem slept more people than Ambien. Dude, that's the best line ever.
Yes.
I'm stealing that one.
Hell yeah. That is going on our Twitter. All right. And we will credit you for that one, because my God, that's spot on. Hell yeah. Alright, getting back to this Jonak skin.
Dude, that thing is the coolest thing I've seen.
A little bit hentai Jonak, yeah, but it's still so freaking cool.
Hey, he doesn't have big tentacles. And,
right, he doesn't. He's just,
and there isn't a girl with a dick
tentacles.
in it. There isn't a girl with a dick in it, so, anyway. Okay, I just got banned from something for saying that, probably.
Probably. But no, this skin is so cool. Just like the little details that they put into it.
Oh yeah.
The fact that it it's partially tied into the NYXL skin, so it's got some of their colors and all these other things. Like some really really awesome stuff that they did with this.
And he likes octopus. He has a thing for octopuses, octopi. Right.
Well, I think that's kind of the definition of his name. I think like Jonak or something is like squid or octopus or something, in like something to do with that in Korean.
But the balls and everything, like if you watch that video, they're all like fucking like pulsate, and then his head is the same thing.
Yeah. And it's like in a fishbowl.
Yeah. And if they have to do an amazing skin, it's always fucking Zenyatta anyway.
I know, right? That's why I'm so glad that Zen is one of my main characters.
Yeah, and it's like they have the cultist skin, which is like evil Jonak. Evil-er Jonak, maybe?
Yeah, pretty much.
Who wants to murder all of humanity, not just murder his opponents. And then we have this one. They're all cool. That was cool. I thought that was fantastic. I hope they keep doing it.
Oh, yeah, and that's what I'm really excited about it. Because now I'm even more like, I want to speculate like who's gonna get if someone gets MVP next year, or whoever gets the next MVP, like what are they gonna base it around? Like, say right now we're saying Kareev for MVP.
Yeah.
If Kareev gets it, are they gonna tie Five Guys into that somehow?
Oh.
Or not Five Guys, In and Out. I think.
Dude, put fucking Anna in an In and Out uniform.
Yes.
Come on,
please.
And
make that a reality.
And then she throws a fucking her fucking bio grenade is one of those 3x milkshakes.
Oh
you
my
can
God,
do the Neapolitan layered milkshake. Yeah.
Yes.
I know all the secret stuff from there because I used to live out west, but
Yes.
I got that one down, man. Now I'm like hoping
So
Dogman
good.
gets one.
I know, right?
Please,
Like
Dogman, man up.
or, like, what? Who else? Who else would be like a serious candidate right now? Probably like Sinatra. Like, what? It would just be like, I don't even
Super.
know what the hell you do with Sinatra.
Just make it fucking more of an alien.
I think the funniest part is if Sinatra wins MVP, it's going to be a Zarya skin.
They probably won't be playing Zarya next year.
Yeah, right? Like, no one's going to be playing Zarya at that point.
So if Super wins, are they just gonna make a Sombra skin and just put it on Reinhardt?
Oh my god. Just put the somber skin onto Reinhardt. He's wearing her outfit.
I'm down for that, man.
He's just like, everything can be hacked.
Be right back.
Be right back. Yes. That needs to be a thing. Alright, so that was a cool thing.
Yeah, it was.
You got anything else on that? Or let's move on to the...
See, Gushue would be cool because that means like Ghost or Evil Spirit or something weird like that, and fucking that would be dope. Like give it to like Winston.
If Prophet gets it, then
it's gonna be something really. It's gonna be really awkward.
It's gonna be super awkward, and Pizza needs to be involved in some way, shape, or form, or I boycott everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Tracer in a Domino's uniform.
I feel like if it would be anybody, for some reason, it would be Junkrat.
Yeah, because Junkrat's filthy.
Domino's uniform, like, perfect.
And,
all right, so
yeah.
let's
Now
move
we're
on to
skin
the next, the big announcement for the Atlanta homestand.
Oh, this is gonna be lit.
And that is the Brito Maker versus DeFran absolute slaughter Widow 1v1. Oh my god.
See, but
I love that this is happening.
So do I. And you know, we kind of were like, I hope DeFran ends up at the Atlanta homestand.
Yes.
And him playing fucking Bren in a fucking 1v1. That is so awesome.
Oh my
He
god.
thought he had trouble with fucking Gesture. What the hell is it?
Right. Like, what's he gonna do against probably one of the best hit scans in the world? I mean, DeFran doesn't really play a whole lot of Widow, so like that's probably the one advantage.
Maybe they go Torb 1v1 Hammer?
Oh god.
Please, yes.
That would be Bren's best bet, is if all DeFran can play is Torb with the hammer, but Bren still gets to use Widow. Like Widow headshots, but Torb has to use a hammer. That's about Bren's best chance.
Oh, yeah.
And I still would probably put my money on DeFran.
Oh, definitely. But that's going to be fun. That's going to add a lot more fun. See, I'm glad that they're starting to do stuff like this with like this stuff. And he was a big part of like the start of the team. Mm-hmm. It feels like he's still part of the team. I mean, he's a streamer, but that doesn't...
I mean, he's a streamer for them. But like a lot of their fan base
started, yeah,
Atlanta because of him. Like it's similar to a lot of this. The Dallas Fuel fans were all Seagull and XQC fans, and then they just kind of stuck with that team. So I mean, that's a big thing.
I think some of them might have jumped ship this weekend. But
yeah, probably. We'll get more into that.
Yeah, that's going on later. But yeah, that was just some of the news stuff. So I was going to buy a couple packs of cards, but I didn't because I didn't understand all that was going on because it did come out. It was on my birthday, and I was like, I'm going to get myself a birthday present, and I'm going to buy some cards. And I'm like, I don't know how this works because I'm old. I'm used to you get the pack, you open the pack, you got the cards, not this other stuff. But that was another thing that happened. I just threw that in there. It happened this week. If you guys want to see actually about how that stuff works, check out Total Mean Drunk. Opened a bunch on OWL Network. He opened up a whole box, and he goes over all the stuff and how it works and all that. So if you guys want to learn more about the card thing, go ahead. I mean, it seems legit. I haven't fucked with it yet.
Yeah, it's a cool idea. I wish that there was more possibility of getting like actual physical cards.
Well, they did it backwards. Don't they usually do like, because from what I understand, they usually do physical cards first and then they do the digital stuff.
Right. Yeah, it's weird.
I still want my Swoosh rookie.
It's still it's a pretty cool idea. And I'm glad that they're doing something like that, because
Yeah,
it's
so
just
am I.
like one more little thing that kind of
It makes
like
it fun.
immortalizes some of these guys, and it's fun. It's just a fun thing, and
Although I
I'm sure
was,
there's more cool things that'll come with it too. I would be shocked if there's not some kind of tie-in of skins
oh
or
yeah.
something like that
Well,
in the future as well.
what I was thinking is, and I always wish they did this with the actual the skins, is like they say the your team's hashtag.
Yeah,
So like
that is,
You
yeah,
play Reinhardt, you can spam Bring the Mayhem or
right.
Stay Hard or whatever.
Oh goddamn.
Yep. I'm officially Jeff Kaplan eating the salt cookies today. Bring them on. I'm ready. But speaking of the mayhem, we didn't get a chance to talk to you because literally I threw that little voice thing in our last video. We finished recording and they dropped all of the moves that they made.
Literally 10 minutes after we
Yeah,
did it.
like record, hit finish. We do like
I left Misfit's house, and like I got home and I look at Twitter and I have to text him like, so Florida just like picked up 4 people and gutted their coaching roster and all these other things.
I don't even recall them having anything left. They had this guy's kind of hanging around, like kind of directing them, which was probably why they were playing the way they were playing.
Yeah.
And they got coaches in, and in one game they look like hot garbage this week, and they look better. But I'm a big fan of these moves. I think the biggest move is Gargoyle on the off tank. I think him and Fake could do something. I don't know too much about the other guys.
That's really where they needed the most improvement.
Yeah.
Was their off tank. Because just Zephyr is not cutting it for this team.
Yeah, and they brought in another main tank too, Karian or Karian. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm horrible with that. You guys should know that by now. Fucking terrible. But this is like the third time I've been excited about them bringing guys in. On the off season, I was kind of like, when they brought in Zephyr. And Hagapin I knew was good, and he showed he was good today. Mm-hmm. And he's
Hagapin. I think this weekend in general, I think Hagapin earned himself a spot on this roster.
Yeah, I definitely think he should start for now. But yeah, these moves are good, and this is all bare hand stuff. The other stuff wasn't, and we're gonna see what the fuck happens. And I'm not basing today's results on anything except for those guys were pissed off and they wanted to just prove, look, if most of us probably aren't going to be here, but we can play this fucking game. Fuck you. Which I wish they did in week 2.
Right. Really any time in this point,
or
up to this point. But at the same time, we were talking about it a little bit pre-show in that I think they were kind of going at it more as some of these guys like know that they want to keep playing, and this is their last shot to show that they're still worthy of being on an Overwatch League roster. So I think that's part of it, and then I think on top of that, they just wanted to be like, well, this is our last shot, and we're gonna go out in a blaze of glory type of thing.
Yeah, and they did. But these moves should be the start. I mean, they're playing for next year. Yeah. Obviously, as a Browns fan, you know what the fuck that means.
Oh, yeah. Been waiting for next year for 20 years.
Well, and it's your next year.
Next year is finally about to be here.
Yeah.
Thank God. Well, actually, last year was kind of the start of that.
Yeah.
Basically, once they drafted Baker Mayfield is when it
That was a glimmer of hope.
It's kind of like that was kind of like what Florida is going with right now. Like you're seeing kind of that shift in momentum for them. And I think that's big.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the coaching hires I think are good too. Like them going for a full Korean roster. Okay, like it's gonna work or it's not gonna work. But what's gonna really make or break it is your coaching staff, and the fact that they went out and they hired a full-on Korean coaching staff, guys that are pretty well known. I think they're just gonna be able to communicate a lot better with what they're trying to do. So I'm excited to see what they're doing.
And
One exception being Ryu, who very much has a very Russian name, so I don't think that guy
does he play a
is Korean.
lot of Street Fighter?
His real name is Domantas Krugliakovas. So that guy's not Korean.
Oh yeah, I remember those days too. My team beat him twice. 3 times. Sorry.
I don't remember those days. I was only born in '89, so
Yeah.
I wasn't alive for that.
That's when I graduated high school.
Thankfully,
That's fucked
but
up.
at the same point, like, I wish I was alive for that point, because that was the last time that like the Browns were truly good and like relevant.
I maintain they were truly good and relevant before they got moved and torn apart.
Well, yeah, up to for
when
sure.
Belichick had them that last year before they announced that they were moving, they were 8-0,
probably going to win a Super Bowl
or 8-1
that
or something.
year.
Yeah.
They were probably going to win a Super Bowl, and then they made that announcement, and everything completely fell apart.
Well, the
and
whole city
Belichick's
turned
just like,
against
well,
them.
fuck this. So
The city turned against him. I mean, you can't kind of blame him a little bit.
no, I love how everybody's just like, oh, the Browns fired Bill Belichick. It's like, no, the Browns did not. The Ravens fired Bill Belichick.
Because they wanted to bring in, the guy they brought in was the coach of the Colts in the late 70s, Ted Marchibroda. They wanted to bring in something Baltimore-ish.
Yep.
Which is weird because Bill Belichick started under Ted Marchibroda.
Right. I don't know why they would have kept him, but that was their loss.
Okay, so the weird Cleveland/Baltimore football history there. But yeah, I think these moves are going to be good. I think they're going to have a decent DPS rotation. I think their tank line will be okay. I think replacing Chris is fine, and I think keeping Hagapin in and playing Byram in spots is okay. I'm not sold on that dude yet.
Mm-hmm.
He looks good when he flexes on other shit, though. He played a little bit tracer and a little stuff, and he looked okay. And maybe you keep him for that kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sold on everything yet, but they won today. That's all I care about right now.
Right. That's really all that matters for you guys.
Yeah, we got 2.
Yeah, you got 2 wins now. But this one, honestly, this one should really feel good because of how it went down and how all the momentum that the Outlaws were carrying in and all the hype that they were starting to get, and oh my God, are the Outlaws back? Are they good?
Yeah.
Is this really happening? And then it's like, oh no, they're not.
They got off by a bastion on final point. They got bronzed.
They really did.
Dude, that's like when we play quick play and everybody's panicking at the end of the map and you have Torb Symmetra fucking bastion just to win a fucking thing. And they actually did.
Right.
Which, I'll give it to Zephyr. He's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Maybe people need to do that more in the league. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like they don't. They're like, well, we're going to die with our boots on. It's like, he was like, fuck this. I've won 1 time in the last year. I'm fucking winning this. Bastion for the win.
Yes.
I'll hold right click until everybody's dead. Left click, I'm sorry.
Monty tweeting about it is the least surprising thing. He had that tweet ready the second it looked like it was going anywhere south of being a 4-0 sweep by Houston.
Yeah.
Because, I'll be honest, Florida looked like straight garbage.
Oh, I lost my fucking mind.
In that first map. They were horrifying. And it was just oh, well, this is just another one of those. And then you got to the second map and you're just wait, whoa, what the hell is happening?
But then you're I was kind of
they just flip a switch? What are they doing?
Then I was like, well, they always win 1 map and they look decent. And I said, we'll see what happens on Hollywood. And I'm like, well, Houston's terrible on Hollywood. And I'm like,
yeah, Houston. Not only is Houston terrible on Hollywood, but Florida's also terrible on Hollywood, which is what makes that even more surprising.
Florida doesn't count. They're terrible on everything.
True, but
yeah.
Even going back to last season, they were especially terrible
Hot
on
garbage.
Hollywood. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
side player's a beast. He had a couple of big plays too playing Brig.
Yeah. His Brig on Paris was excellent. He made some really clutch plays.
One of the biggest plays was by Zephyr he had a double kill bomb, and he took out, I think it was on Hollywood, he took out Raucus, and I believe he might have taken out Jake. When right after Jake switched to Brig. They actually were countering the weird comp, the Farah Mercy kind of thing.
Yeah.
Especially on Gibraltar, it was weird. They were hiding in the room of death there underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
And I was like...
That was very strange.
But the thing is it was kind of okay, so if anyone goes in there, they're just going to get insta-killed. Because you're running into a Reinhardt, Zarya, and a fucking Zenyatta. I get that, but then I'm like, they do realize there's a Farah out there that's got a barrage. They managed to fucking... They I don't know. They stopped the barrage. They played well. I can't complain about that. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably
the
best that they've played. And then like the Outlaws just started to completely crumble.
And if you're Houston, you start twitching after you're down 2-1. You're like, especially when they got their EMPs countered twice on Hollywood.
Yeah.
Florida did a fantastic job of because I think it's because they practice Somber Goats a lot. It's kind of, you're scrimming, you're playing against that. You kind of are like, all right, what do we do to fix this? They always had somebody hidden. It was usually Chris. But the thing is, every time Dante got EMP up, and a couple of times he kind of held it, it seemed like every time his EMP came up, they had 2 or 3 support ults. So it was really hard for them to capitalize on all of them.
Right.
So
I feel like the biggest thing to take away from this game, because like Florida's season is pretty much a wash, so they're just trying to play spoiler at this point, and that's exactly what they did today. But the biggest thing to take away from this is that all the hype that Houston had, you can throw that shit right out the window where it belongs. Because Houston
like we said,
has one of the easiest schedules I've ever seen.
And you lose to the worst team in the league.
And you lose to the worst team in the league.
And so everyone that had them at number 4 and 5 and 12, calm down.
12 is probably the highest I would have gone with them.
I'm perfectly fine with that. I think if they run what they're doing, they got cocky. They're like, yeah, we can do this off shit, and you know what? Florida fucking rolled them.
Exactly.
Maybe that was something that they needed. I don't know.
Could be, but
I never believed in that. But
probably going to be too little, too late at this point. If this is something that catalyzes this team, like it's just not going to be enough.
Yeah, and did that knock them out of the stage playoffs too? That was like their whole thing. They're like everyone's
probably.
Everyone's like, yeah, they're going to go 6-1. They're going to go 6. I don't think so.
Because right now they're on the outside looking in for the stage playoffs. They're at number 9, 3-2 with a +4 map differential.
Yep.
Their best bet is to leap over Shanghai, but they're 3-1, so they have 1 less loss, but they have a worse map differential. But Shanghai actually has a pretty, they're playing Guangzhou twice and Philly.
So they got 3 potential wins.
Right. And then
what does Houston have?
I mean, Houston's playing dude, I'm not even kidding. This might be one of the easiest schedules I've ever seen. They have Washington next week, then Washington and then Toronto, and then the week after that they have Paris.
Yeah, well, they also had the Mayhem on that schedule too.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it looked like, just looking at it on paper, it was like, oh, they should
win out
6 wins, 5 or 6 wins at the least, depending on how one of the other teams is. But now it's just now you really have to question that. And I mean, I don't see the Gladiators not bouncing back, because they've got Toronto their next game.
And Toronto's hot garbage right now.
Yeah, Toronto is awful. We'll get more into that a little bit later. But the one saving grace that Houston might have is that that the Gladiators have to play Vancouver and New York.
That's going to be tough. Yeah. So they might sneak in
Oh wait, no, they don't play New York until until next stage. But they still have Toronto and Vancouver to play. So
I could see Houston losing to Paris, though.
Yeah,
I'm going to throw that out there. They're on the same level.
Absolutely.
And honestly, and I'm going to say this, if you're a Houston fan and you're kind of on the same level as Paris, that's okay. You were like on the same level as the Mayhem a month ago. So just
so you've crept up those. You're instead of being 19, you're now probably 15.
You're in the what the fuck range.
Yeah.
Instead of hot garbage.
So that's a step up.
You moved out of the toilet.
Good job, Houston.
Crawled out of the sewer.
Let's talk about the real team making jumps in the standings, and that is the Valiant.
What the fuck happened to
we
them?
were already going to talk about them rising up, and then they went and pulled that shit against Vancouver.
I'm kind of pissed at them, by the way. Ruining my thunder tonight. Really? Did you guys have to do that? Fucking hate Los Angeles. Anyway. Goddamn Valiant. I didn't, honestly, I didn't watch that. I was hanging out with some friends, and I had to go and watch the rest of the Mayhem game, and they were laughing at me because I was going to watch video games, and then I was trying to show it to them, and they were like fucking confused, and it was weird. They were like, I don't understand what's going on, and I was trying to explain to them that Zephyr was cheesing the win, and that took like 10 minutes to try, because they're old, they don't play video games anymore, or if they play anything, they play like MMOs,
right?
But I was like, the Valiant are playing Vancouver. They might win a map, and then I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and that was another game where, like, after the first map, you're just like, oh, Vancouver's probably going to pull out their same crap that they did, because that's not the same as what happened with the Florida game, because, like, Florida just got straight up stomped on their first map.
Yeah.
Whereas the Valiant were kind of putting up a fight. Just Vancouver made some really clutch plays.
Awesome.
And just out-talented them at points.
Literally I'm sorry. Trenchfoot just bought a Kareem jersey.
I mean...
Hey, did you buy the alt?
I can't fault you.
That alt jersey is pretty hot, man.
Yeah, that alt jersey is really nice.
And we're wearing our alt jerseys all the time. I think that needs to be a thing. Can we just make that a thing?
Yeah, you guys really should. Like... They could have made those Florida ones really bad, but I think that they should just fully embrace that color scheme and just switch to it, because it's actually pretty slick.
If anyone from the Mayhem's listening, watching, I'm totally down with you guys sending me a jersey that has #StayHard on it. And you can put number 2 on there for the amount of wins we had. I'm down. And I will wear I will wear it on the air, and I will flaunt it in front of every fucking Houston fan there is.
Wear it on air. We'll wear that shit to any events we go to in the future. Yes.
Exactly. I'm down.
That needs to happen.
But or if you want to give me a Houston jersey that says that on it.
Oh man, that'd be hilarious.
Just not the Astros one. That thing's fucking hideous. Anyway, keep going.
Awful.
I'm sorry.
Going back to the Valiant, like, I mean, this team they have just done a complete 180, and they are trending upward, and they're skyrocketing upward right now after this win. I don't want to get too ahead of things, but they have definitely cracked the top 10 for me.
Yeah, they're up there with me. I mean, if you look at this week, they didn't just beat one legit team in the last month, or 2 months, 3 months, or whatever. This week they beat Vancouver, who was undefeated, and they beat Shanghai, who's like...
Yeah, who's another
everybody's
really
top
hot
10.
Team. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, wow, they put the big brain guy in, and all of a sudden they're fucking winning. Yeah. And I wonder if the big brain guy said, hey, put the guy that really wants to play support on support.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, I think we said this, we might have said this a couple weeks ago, when they won a couple games or something like that, we were talking about them. But Izzyaki, I think, is a good dive Zenyatta, a good dive flex support, where Kareem is just a good flex support.
He's just a good flex support, and he's just a good flex all around. And I think that's where he is really at his best, is when he gets to play all of those types
Yeah.
of characters. Like, you don't want to just pigeonhole onto Zen and onto just DPS or just Zen, or
Yeah.
like when he gets to play, his Ana is sick. His Zen is absolutely top tier, but then also you're looking at his DPS, like his soldier is really damn good.
He can flex on a
When he
Widow
was
and
playing
Tracer.
Zarya, he was really good at that. He was pretty solid at that.
Solid enough.
Yeah, he can flex onto so many different things. And yeah, like Trenchfoot said, he's better at controlling a match than Izayaki. 100% agree.
Yeah, Izyaki's a fragger.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Whereas
if you're in a meta that calls for that.
Right, but whereas Kariv is much more of a cerebral player, and he imposes his will onto the other team instead of just like, well, you died, so we have an advantage type of thing. Like he's just like he just has so much more influence on that.
I think he uses all of the tools that, like, in whatever character he's playing. Do you know what I mean? He's not just I'm gonna play Zenyatta. I am right clicking the fuck out of your face.
Right. No, he's putting his discords on the right thing. His discords are insane. His healing orbs are insane. His alt ability is insane, and that's just Zen.
Yeah, sleep darts and all that stuff.
Yeah, you look at his Ana, and I mean, look at how many times. Look at that the game against Shanghai on Thursday when he slept freaking who was it? Ding.
Like mid ult.
He was about to ult.
Yeah, right before.
One of the most clutch sleep darts I've ever seen.
And he's really good with the P bottle too.
Yes.
And that's key with the Ana, especially in this meta.
The anti-heal against a Zen is just, it's so clutch. And when there's not a D.Va and there's and he gets to play Ana, oh my god.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I mean, we'll see what happens if they drop that patch, how much Ana's going to get played even with D.Va, because of the length of the defense matrix.
Right.
I mean, you still could get away with it.
Honestly, with how little we were seeing D.Va anymore now, I think that's only going to further push her out.
Yeah.
Just because, she's got situational strength, but I just don't think... If there's, a dive-type meta, I think D.Va has a chance, because that's where she can still thrive, is in the mobility and that kind of thing. But as far as being kind of that catch-all off-tank, she's just not that anymore.
If they start going more towards, bunkers and things like that, you're gonna see Hog.
Yeah.
Hog is kind of the pick now. Just a shield break.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or solo Hammond.
Right.
With if they go 2-2-2 lock, you're not going to see solo anything.
No. But
if they go 2-2-2 lock, you might see D.Va anyway.
Yeah.
Because depending on what map specific.
D.Va Hammond, possibly.
Hey, Monkey Hammond works.
Monkey Hammond works really well as well.
We played a couple of matches, and I was playing Hammond, and there was a couple of guys playing Monkey. There was just no one knew where the fuck the shit was coming from.
I also think one of the more underrated parts of the Valiant right now has been the addition of Fact Fiction.
Yeah, Fact Fiction's been good.
That guy has... and nothing against Fate, because I still think Fate is a very good main tank, but just for whatever reason, it just wasn't working for them this year.
Yeah, I think you're right. Go ahead.
They look 10 times better with Fact Fiction out there, and they're just playing a better team game when he's in there. And I think it comes down to communication and everybody being on the same page. And I think Fact Fiction he jumped in there and he just knew exactly what he needed to do, and he just goes out there, he does his job. Yeah, and that's all that they want him to do.
And also, he's probably been playing the meta longer than Fate as well.
Yeah.
Being contenders. Well, he was in contenders after he got cut by Houston towards the end of the season, which is July of last year.
Yeah.
And he's been in contenders, and they've been running the GOATS meta, and you get used to it. You know what your role is. I mean, Fate was good and he's doing okay for my team, but he's like a dive tank. I mean, if you saw him today, like playing Winston, he was fucking owning on Winston because he loves, he's good in that. He's decent enough on fucking Reinhardt, but Fiction
Winston is his jam.
Yeah, Fact Fiction is more accustomed to them. I mean, you've been playing a meta for a year. I mean, we'll see some of these guys that came into the league, much like the guys we saw that came in with Dive. We'll see what happens when the meta shifts and we're not playing a 3-3. And you have some sort of Zarya combo thing going on, Ryan Zarya combo. What are they going to do?
Right.
I mean, that's what I'm interested in. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's move on to another team that we thought was on the rise, but has just done nothing but disappoint us.
I feel like I cursed them.
And that is Dallas.
Holy fuck.
My God. Man. What is happening to this team?
Well, the only legit team that they lost to was Hangzhou.
Yeah.
Losing to Chengdu twice and getting fucking rolled, man.
Yeah.
And
they've just been getting straight up embarrassed.
Yeah, like not even fucking close, man. And the thing is I'm with Bob, Blazing Bob on this. In fact, I threw it up after their match today. I was like, play fucking Mickey.
Yeah.
And Zachary
absolutely.
I'm sorry. I was skeptical of Zachary to begin with.
And there was a point where like it was starting to kind of come together about middle of stage 2. But yeah, ever since
I think it was the other parts around him that were...
Yeah. Probably.
I don't know. He dies first a lot. To me, when he's playing Brig, it seems like he doesn't give a fuck, and I don't care what anyone says. You fight me on that. Mean,
he's basically throwing his Brig. I would put him and Jake as two of the worst Brigs in the league.
Yeah.
As great of a player as Jake is...
Jake is smart, but
he's just not good at Brig. I don't know what it is, and he seems like the kind of guy that tried to put in the work, but he just like cannot figure out exactly how to maximize everything he needs to do with that character.
Yeah.
But with Zachary, I think he's on the opposite side, where like he's not putting in the effort to try to do that, and maybe he did at one point, but it doesn't seem like he's really caring anymore, and it feels like he's soft throwing at this point.
Yeah, and I thought Trill was okay. I think Oj might have needed a break, but I love Oj.
Yeah,
but personally,
it's still a weird decision, and like I wish they'd be a little more transparent about that. But at the same time, I get why they wouldn't want to be, but it still seems weird to be like, we're just gonna start playing. We're gonna switch out our main tank and.
I mean, are they going all Western?
Yeah, that too.
It kind of feels that way.
Yeah, is it also a point of what Trenchfoot said of like, is there more going on? And it's starting to feel like there might be.
But it's that team, so there's always something going on, it feels like.
Right.
And
no matter
at this point,
how good things are going. And like also look at all of the shit that Taimu has been throwing constantly on Twitter. I don't know if anybody's been checking that out.
He's fucking throwing shit up there all the time.
I mean, he is constantly just complaining about, like, throw Taimu in there. The dude wants to play.
Yeah,
take
just
Zachary out
put
and
him
play.
in there.
If you're not going to play Mickey, I'm sure Taimu would be better than what Zachary's giving you on Brig.
Put Taimu back on fucking Winston. It's something. Put him on Zarya. He's a fucking hit scan.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah,
Why
absolutely.
not? And then he can.
I mean, AKM's not been terrible, but it's just like they got to fix something because.
Zachary's one of the problems.
Yeah, Zachary's one of the problems, I think, and then we've also talked about.
I don't think Oj and Note were working together fantastically either. Like it seemed like it's to the start.
Yeah, it seems like I wonder if maybe that's why they wanted to go with Trill, just because Note just wasn't pairing very well with what Oj is trying to do.
And we saw Harry Hook today too.
Yeah,
which is
weird.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know. They like bench 2 leaders. Yeah, Mickey's a leader
absolutely.
too.
Mickey is the leader of this team.
I mean,
and he was
the fucking
reason
poster boy Brig.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, if you're gonna run goats, which they're not, like, that's the other weird thing is like they're not really trying to run
What
any
are
of
they
these other
trying to run?
comps. Right?
What are
They're
they
just
running?
They're just running like the basic 3-3.
Yeah,
They're not even trying to do the somber goats because they
Note's
fucked that up
terrible at
because
Sombra.
Note's not good at it, and they traded their best Sombra player to Boston,
Yeah.
who doesn't know how to utilize him either.
They managed to nut one out today, though.
They did.
I don't know how, but they did. I was watching that match for a minute. I was like, they going to pull this out? But anyway, back to Dallas. I just don't... I don't think they... For as good as the coaching is on paper, they have 50 coaches.
Yeah.
You can't figure out what these fucking guys can do good?
Yeah, it's really confusing.
I mean,
I don't understand.
This is like not even like the Houston point. Houston, you're like, you guys can play a bunker comp. You guys can play a Farah Mercy with a fucking Hammond. What the fuck can Dallas do?
Like they're like they basically have players from like 5 different metas all on one team.
Yeah.
Like they have one of the best dive divas in Note. They have
And main tank in Boj.
Yeah, and then you have Zachary, who's a really good hit scan for either like a double sniper or a soldier
Yeah.
thing. Same with AKM.
Yeah, AKM's like season 3 fucking hit scan.
Right. Then you've got Harry Hook, who was a really good Mercy, but like that's about it. And then Unko is more of a dive. Honestly, Unko is probably more like Unko is probably the only one that really kind of fits into where they're at right now.
Yeah, he can play
Honestly.
He can play all of it, kind of.
Yeah.
He was good last year too.
But like it's just not enough. Oh god, don't let Blaze and Bob see that comment, Trenchfoot. He might find you and murder you.
They're the team that's in their hometown. They're the Cowboys.
Yeah. Yes. 100%. Like
My
they look
team-
great on paper, and then when things really start to get real, they crumble and fall
I
apart.
was to say my team's the Raiders. I would call the Outlaws the Raiders
Yeah.
because they win 2 games and everyone's like, "Oh, we're back," and then everybody laughs at them when they lose. To my team, who are the Browns,
Pretty much.
with the old Browns, whoever's bad now. I don't know.
Arizona or the Giants? How about the Giants?
And we would have to have a 50. I would have to be playing main tank for our fucking team.
To be the Giants
Yeah.
currently. And then they would have had to draft me as your backup, or as like your to take over. Like, good lord.
Oh yeah, something like that. But
Yeah. All right. So
I just don't know what I every time we talk about Dallas, I like we'll be watching a Max and I text Kel. I'm like, what the fuck is Dallas? I don't know what they are.
I really don't.
It's like they're not bad players, but it's like, certain teams have identities. Like, all right, you can run this. These guys run regular 3-3. These guys run Sombra 3-3. Dallas kind of runs everything average, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. That's about it.
Like, but they could.
Then
you could run something else, but then they try that, and it's kind of all right. It's not bad,
but it's never good enough.
Yeah,
is the problem. Like they're mediocre to decent at things, but they're never great or like god awful. But that like all of that put together is god awful. Like it's so weird.
And Chengdu slapped them around, man. And
they really did.
They don't lose 3-2, man. They get straight 4-0, man. Except they get fucking wiped. And they get tilted, man. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh, 100%. That team gets tilted as fuck.
First of all, and people can hate me again for saying this, the fucking problem is Zachary. He just doesn't have the right mindset for this fucking shit, in my opinion.
He does not. Yeah. All right. So let's move on to recapping some of our feature match and all of that. Or actually, I don't even, because honestly, I don't remember which matches we talked about, and I think looking back on them, those games were really irrelevant.
Right, they got kind of overpowered by Florida beating Houston and the Valiant beating Vancouver. But we were going to talk about we did have Shanghai and the Gladiators.
Yeah, which went the way that we did not expect.
Yeah,
Shanghai just slapped them around.
Yeah, I kind of thought I was kind of thinking it was going to be closer.
Yeah,
but Shanghai is
it wasn't like they didn't really like completely dominate them, but I mean,
no, it was close.
They were in control,
right,
for most of the game.
It wasn't a smash job, but it was close. And then we talked about Hangzhou and Seoul.
That one totally lived up to the hype. And that was probably that and the London New York game.
Which we glazed over. We were like, well, it's
we
London,
weren't
New York.
Sure how it was going to be because you just never know which London is going to show up.
They showed up for that one.
Yeah, they did.
They didn't show up for their next match, though.
No. They barely did. They barely squeezed one out against Washington.
And I'm going to throw this out there for all the shit we give Jonas. He had a clutch play on Paris.
Yeah, he did.
Clutch primal, knocked 3 people off the side. I got to give him props for that. That was nice. You can't knock everybody every time. I don't know what the hell he did the rest of the match because I didn't really watch it, but I had the Paris map on and he fucking owned.
Yeah, he looked really good on that map, and then
Night Ranger cover band. Come on, dude. I was thinking more REO Speedwagon.
He clutched it out for Paris, but he also clutched it out on Nepal as well. Like he had some really good plays on there. But just London came back and ended up doing just enough to squeeze that win out.
But one thing about this week's matches, though, like we got some unexpected stuff. They were more. It seemed like it was more exciting than it's been with the goats thing.
Yes.
Just like when everybody was like kind of afraid to play something else.
Yeah,
we're getting some stuff.
Kind of, like we're actually seeing some different comps, and like it's not just the same 3-3. Like we're still getting some 3-3 here and there,
which on some maps is absolutely the right call.
Yeah, absolutely. But then there's other ones like Paris, especially, is a map where we're getting
like whatever
probably the least amount of goats that we're getting on anything else.
That's probably one of the worst goats maps. It's one of the worst maps, period.
Yes.
But we have like some odd maps in there too. Like you have Hollywood, where you can run the Hammond Fara Mercy thing and all that kind of shit.
Right.
And it's more fun to like see that stuff. It's like it's better than going, okay, so Ryan Zarya, here we go. We're gonna count alts and then let's go. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
Go ahead.
We've talked about really the matches that we wanted to talk about.
It got kind of like the script got rewritten. Let's just put it that way.
It really did. Yeah.
So players of the week. Got anybody that stood out to you? I mean,
obviously Kareev. I would say.
I'm gonna go Hago.
Oh, Hagapin, yeah, for sure.
I gotta go with one of my boys. At least one of them. He was phenomenal. And you know what? I'm gonna throw a whole team. I'm gonna go fucking Hangzhou, man. That team is ridiculous right now.
I was trying to pick out which player from Hangzhou I wanted to.
Basically, all the players.
I was just like, all of them.
All the players we told people to watch on our show in the middle of the week. Bebe and IDK. IDK was absolutely ridiculous this week.
Yes, he was.
MVP this week for them. And Bebe was unbelievable. The supports for Shanghai were incredible. We were talking about them.
Yep.
It's just
those guys played phenomenally.
But it's for me. It's a toss-up between Hagapin and IDK.
Yeah, I think overall, Kareev was probably the most clutch player of the week. But man, yeah, like both of those support lines for Shanghai and Hangzhou looked fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm glad that like they went off because I know people that are deep into the league know that those guys are good, but like he gets some of the more casual guys I don't think understand what those guys got for supports, and they're fucking phenomenal. They were, to me, they maybe more Hong Zhao this week. The second match, the match against the Gladiators for Shanghai was a little bit better. That they had kind of owned it. Well, not owned. I don't know. The Valiant beat him. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Valiant were. Maybe we go with Valiant as the MVP of the week, because they had two great games.
They really did. Like they just looked so damn good from top to bottom. I mean, especially to do what they did against Vancouver, just like makes it that much more elevated.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what they did against Shanghai was really impressive, but for them to carry that into a team against a team like Vancouver is just like that's incredible.
And if you guys don't think home games matter, that was your proof right there.
Yeah.
This whole weekend for the Valiant. I mean, more than normal. It seemed like they were like actually all the goddamn Valiant fans were in there. At least all the Houston fans were quiet.
Yeah. Oh man, hilarious.
Where were the screaming girls that you know, whatever they are, the people that like literally shriek through every whole Houston match?
Oh god.
They weren't there.
Well, they weren't there.
Or they were for a minute, and then I'm gonna gloat about this.
They were for the first map.
I'm gloating about this until my team absolutely dumpster fires in the next match. So
right.
I got what, a few days?
You got a couple days.
I got till the Atlanta homestand.
Yeah.
Where they're
man.
Well, which is fantastic because my team is the fucking homecoming opponent. You know how like in high school you always schedule the worst team in your fucking conference for homecoming?
Florida does play Hangzhou next week.
Yeah. Damn it.
And that's their only game.
Oh, we were off one.
But they're going to get smoked.
Yeah.
By Hangzhou. But
hey, maybe we're going to build
New
on
York
this.
And Atlanta. So you might pull an upset against New York because you never know. There's always that one game that New York is just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. No, that's true. No, they'll do that against. Is New York playing?
They play Dallas next week.
Oh, so New York will lose to Dallas.
Yeah. Or Toronto in the last game of the stage.
That's their MO. They lose on that. They did that didn't they do that last year a couple times? They would be like,
I feel like it. Yeah.
They'd be like 9-0 or 8-0, and it'd be like the last week, and they would shit the bed on one, or just like they would play Giannis for 3 maps. Just like whatever. Sandbagging part 1.
Right. So let's talk a little bit of standings. Not a whole lot changed in the overall standings. Toronto continues to fall out of their spot, but like they're still kind of holding on to that last play-in spot at 12.
I don't know how long that's going to be.
Yeah,
with the
Paris
Valiant
is creeping up on them,
and the Valiant are playing way better. And Houston, as much as I've been jabbing them, they're playing way better.
I think what's incredible to me is that the Valiant have a -7 map differential right now.
I think it's still
at their 7-12 position. They're currently in 17th overall, but they could absolutely, with a few more wins, they could be right up there.
Yeah, and it seems like they're going to get there. I mean, we were joking like after the first stage, we were like, well, they went 0-7. They're going to have to get close to going perfect in a stage. Well,
and
here we are.
They're doing exactly that.
Hey, and I'm laughing though. Chengdu's like up there. He must love Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas gave him 2 gifts, but I mean, they still have a shot of staying up there. Toronto, though, they just don't look good.
No.
I mean, they're like our adopted team, and is
because of course they are.
Yeah.
So now they're gonna play terribly.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell's going on with that team. It just makes me too sad. We'll probably talk more about them.
Yeah.
On the next show. But I do want to talk a little bit more about Hangzhou because Trenchfoot brought up that they might run the table in this stage, and
they very well could.
Games are they play the Valiant and they play the Mayhem in their last 2 games. So that's game
doable.
On Thursday is huge
That's
for
gonna be a
both
good
of
game.
those teams.
Obviously,
That's
we'll
gonna be
dive into
really
that
good
one a little
game.
bit more.
Yeah. I'm
seems
already
like-
calling it right now. That's probably going to be game of the week next week.
Yeah. Somehow the Hangzhou ends up in Hangzhou and Shanghai are like our featured matches like every fucking week, man.
Yeah.
Well, they always playing that.
That's what happens when they keep playing well.
Yeah.
And they're always playing good teams.
And right now, I'm going to go with the Valiant is a good team.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did other than putting Kareev back on and putting Costa in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wow, they look like they did last year. They were fucking good. Imagine that.
Right.
Apparently, he was too smart for this meta. Okay.
Yeah, no kidding. Jesus Christ.
Dumbest fucking thing.
So stupid.
Finger bangs. Pull my finger. That was the first stage. Now they're actually doing the finger bang thing.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna definitely hit some of the bigger matches. We'll start doing playoff math coming up. Not necessarily this week, but
stage playoffs. We'll definitely start talking more about that this next week, and then I think most of stage 4 is going to be talking overall playoffs for sure.
Yeah, because
there's not even a stage playoff in that, so it's all about seeding for that, and then fighting it out for that play-in tournament, and then final seeding for all of that.
Because 7 through
12, I believe.
7 through 12, but right now, 7 through, honestly, I'm going to say this, 7 through 17 is up in the air.
Yeah. 100%.
I think there's some teams that are moving down. Some like Boston, I think is moving down. Toronto's moving down, but I think the Valiant and Houston are moving up. I don't know where Atlanta's at right now.
Yeah, Atlanta's kind of that like question mark of a team.
Philadelphia,
Guangzhou is kind of a question mark of a team.
I feel like Philly's moving down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how far. I think they'll be in the play-in tournament.
Yeah.
Boston's weird. Guangzhou is weird. I don't know what to like. There's some teams you have a feel for. Like Toronto, this stage is done. They're not going to win anything because they did change their whole tank line, so that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas, who knows? Weird. Philadelphia feels like they're going down. Shanghai feels like they're going up. And the rest of the teams I just don't know.
It's all over the place.
But
yeah, that's definitely something to keep an eye out for this week, guys. But that's probably going to be it for us tonight. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube and on our YouTube channel. Check us out there. Check us out on Twitter. That's where you're going to get all of our updates of when we're going live, any videos that we're posting, and any rants that we go on during the game. So,
that would be me.
So check us out on there, and all the podcatcher apps that you would also check us out on as well.
Any all caps, are they a fucking professional team thing is generally me. Because I don't give a fuck.
Fair enough. So yeah, check us out on all those things, guys. Check out our Patreon as well. We will be doing some content for that. Anybody that subscribes to it, thank you very much. And we will definitely be putting out some content for that. So keep an eye out for that, and join up. Any amount that you guys contribute is very much appreciated.
Yeah.
And we hope that we get some more people on that, and then we can do some more awesome, cool things for you guys.
We'll get out to different places.
Channel, and we can do some really cool things with that.
Bringing a team to Cleveland, you know.
Yeah.
Get enough of you guys in here.
Absolutely. All right. So that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we will catch you guys on the next one.
We'll catch you on the next one. # bring the mayhem. Oh, hey Houston, stay hard. Later.
Later, guys.